Okay, first graders, I'm going to tell you a little bit about being brave and what it means to be courageous. I'm going to tell you something right now. I think I'm being brave right now because making these videos is a little scary for me, and I know I'm not the best at it, but I'm being brave and courageous, and I'm facing my fears straight on. So when you're brave and courageous, you're really facing your own personal fears towards something that might be scary or make you feel really uncomfortable. And in a minute, you're going to get to watch a little video clip of your first grade teachers telling you about a time that they were brave. So, hey, take it away.
Hi friends, Miss Connors here. Today we are talking about the word brave. La palabra brave en español es valiente. Así que nos preguntamos acerca de un momento en que usted o alguien que conoce fue valiente. Voy a contar mi historia en inglés. One time, my friend was very brave. First, we went walking to the ocean at the beach. Next, we saw a creature that I'm very scared of. We saw a crab. Then, my friend put me on his back and carried me back onto the sand. Last, we went, whew! That was a close one. My friend was very brave that day.
Hi first grade friends, it's Mrs. Ross, and I'm going to tell you about a time that I was brave. One time I was brave when I did not want to go ziplining with my family because it was going to be scary and dangerous and very high up in the trees. But I decided to give it a try because my family said that they would help me and I would have good instructors. So I decided to do it, and I was still a little bit scared up in the trees, but I went through the whole course and I finished everything, and I felt really good at the end that I did it. So although I was scared, I decided to do something and show that I could be brave. I can't wait to hear your stories about writing when you were brave.
One time I was really brave when I had gone to the zoo with my family when I was a kid. First, my family decided to walk around and look at all the animals. Then my family decided that we would take the train that went around the zoo. I was a little bit of a rascal, and I ran ahead and jumped on the train without my family. After that, I realized that the train had pulled away and my family was not on the train with me. But I was really brave because I stayed in my seat. And I was a little bit afraid because we went through a very dark tunnel and I was all alone without my family. After that, we got to the next stop and the train conductor got me off the train and had me sit on a stool. Finally, my family caught up with me. We were so happy to be back together.
Hi first graders, it's Mrs. Hannah. I wanted to tell you about a time that I was brave. Well, one time I was brave when I went backpacking through Costa Rica. It was really scary because I didn't know how to speak Spanish and I didn't know where I was going. I only had one backpack with my things in it for 2 weeks. First, I flew to Costa Rica with my husband. We stayed in a hotel for only the first night. Then, we put our backpacks on and began traveling around the country. I felt nervous because we didn't know where we were going and we didn't know where we would sleep each night. But next, we saw all kinds of great things like waterfalls, and we got to go explore the jungle, and we saw all kinds of animals. We got to visit the most beautiful beaches. We saw amazing things. But it was hard to find our way, and there were lots of things that we weren't used to. Well, finally, at the end of our trip, my husband and I were able to learn a lot of Spanish, and we visited so many beautiful places and learned a lot. So I'm really glad I was brave enough to go on this trip. because it was an amazing experience. So we're really proud and so happy that we did it.
One time when I was brave was when my big sister and I were playing outside and she ended up falling down and getting hurt. Even though I was the little sister, I had to be the one who was brave and help and make sure that she felt calm and safe until somebody else could come and help make her feel better. So that was a time that I had to be brave for someone else who was scared.
Hi friends, Mrs. Haynes here. Let me think. Time I was brave. I know. One time I was brave when I went to a water park and decided to go down the really big vertical water slide. It went straight down. First, I saw the slide in the distance. I knew I was scared, but wanted to do it. Next, my sister and I slowly made our way to the slide. We stopped along the way to get some cotton candy. Yum! Then we arrived. My sister Amy and I stood in front of this ginormous slide that towered above us. Amy told me, "You can do it." Whew, I took a breath. Finally, I climbed the stairs to the slide. There were many stairs, and I was scared the whole time. When I got to the top, I thought about turning around and going back down all those stairs. But I didn't. I sat on the slide. There was no turning back now. I lied back. I crossed my arms, and I did it. I got to the bottom and was so proud of myself. It was amazing. I was so brave. Let me hear about a time you were brave.